if you find the right industry, this is my message. If you find the right industry and you find the right team, get the job there. Don't worry about what you're going to make. The money will come. The money is the easiest part of everything. It's finding the right spot, man. Really finding the right spot. So that would allow me to become one. I built their entire Gulf of Mexico position. They had no Gulf of Mexico position. So I found a company that needed me more than I needed it, right? They were so I was able to like really prove my mettle. 2.5 years into that, they were smart enough to start moving people around. They realized, oh, this is a big game and we need to cross-train people. I would take over the West Coast desk, which was a monster position for us. While the guy that was handling the West Coast, a guy named Don Sinclair, who I can speak about quite a bit because he was the most difficult boss I've ever had, one of the brightest guys I've ever worked for, but whoa, what a pain in the ass to work for. Which, by the way, you're going to have to learn to work for all types of different people, right? He didn't like me. I didn't like him, but I learned a lot from him, and hopefully he doesn't think I'm, even to this day, a dickhead. We're just very different people, right? I was kind of party, easy. He's East Texas, very, very, very Baptist, and just different, right?
Yeah.
Highly analytical. And then there's me, Mr. Emotion. I would take over his role, and that would probably be now I'm managing 1 billion cubic feet a day by myself, all to the West Coast, dealing with SoCal Edison, PG&E, San Diego Gas and Electric, Pan Alberta, the largest producer in Canada. I mean, I'm buying 600 million, 1 billion cubic feet a day on a phone call, dude. I'll take it all. Okay, Enron would call up Pan Alberta. I'll take 200 million cubic feet a day at $3. I'd call them up and go, how much do you have? We have 1.1 billion cubic feet a day to get rid of. What's the bid? Bid in the market's 285. How about if I take it all at 250? This is what I became really good at that. Hey, how about we take it all, dude? And then I would convince my team, hey, let's take it all at a fixed price and then move it into the market. This was, I would get a lot, this would become the thing that would make me really good. I was willing to do things that were more scary for other people. They were like, no, I cannot take that much volume. But for me, I recognized that the seller wanted to get rid of volume more than he needed price. When you're dealing with a market that's changing so fast, I became pretty good at listening to what the market needed. And I think that, and the group, that if I'd have been at Seagull Energy, they would never have let me do that deal. Okay, there would never be, hey, we're buying 1,000 units. Okay, that for them is just too much, right? But Clearinghouse, all the guys, Steve Bergstrom, the guy that I was working for, like if I had this idea, I'd go to him and go, look, dude, we can do this, okay? And they were so smart. They were more interested in great ideas than how they were presented. And sometimes I think companies get more interested in how the idea is presented, right? It's the format of presenting the idea instead of, hey, y'all want to make a bunch of money? We have a client over here that has a huge need, dude, and I don't know why we're jacking with him for 200 million cubic feet a day. He wants to move 1.2. So why don't we give him what he wants, okay? Let's let him move all 1.2. And then that will give us a position with all our other clients. This became leverage. Well, dude, Arco, I got 1.2 I can buy up here. What are you doing? You only got 100. Arco, okay, I'm not paying you a premium. I'll pay you a discount. I just filled my 1.2 up here. Became a huge game, dude. Look, massive puzzles. Imagine the entire United States. I literally knew. We had maps. I mean, like, we don't do this anymore, but we have maps. I had maps on the wall showing, Samuel Arms has 10% production with Atlantic Richfield at this South Marsh Island 247B platform that has a physical location. I can take a helicopter out to this place. I know exactly how many cubic feet are under these pipes. And I'd call you up and go, hey, Sam, you still have 20 million cubic feet a day you haven't sold for August. Huh? No, I don't. Oh, yeah, you do, dude. Okay, and you'd be like, how do you know more about my energy position than I know? And I'm sitting there going, because I know about all the energy positions. See, the producer, you, just sitting there looking at your own book. But I got a job, and you will see this, my role here, I would never work for a company that had their own position. The rest of my entire career has been, I've been in these big businesses, but I've been neutral. I've been in between where I didn't have, you understand where I'm headed with this?
Yeah.
Where I don't really care what the price is doing. What I care about is that I am moving the price. Like I'm active in the marketplace, up or down. I'm not just a producer. I'm not on one side of the supply chain. I'm not on the demand side, and I'm not on the supply side. I'm actually in the market.
You're the point.
I'm just I'm flowing between supply and demand. I have no bias on it, right? I just want it to move. And movement's good. Volatility is good. I became very, very, very comfortable in real violent commodity situations. That is a very unique skill. But the uniqueness, it requires a certain personality, but it also requires a understanding. I mean, you have to go deep into these markets and understand, like, the way I think about things. I look at things a little differently than most people. I want to drill down. Who's on the mining for Bitcoin? I'm like, who's here, dude? Who owns their own production? And then those miners look exactly like the oil producers to me. Exactly. Long-term contracts. They have to produce something. Their challenge rate's going up. The cost of energy is going up. The difficulty factor is going up. And these producers want to mine Bitcoin, dude. This is all they will mine Bitcoin at any price. It's so similar it's so similar to see these industries evolve. So just at 27, I'm literally watching an entire industry, $1 trillion industry, undergo massive, profound changes. And I was able to be at the very heart of it. Probably 100 different men who helped shape that whole industry. The education for that was, I would have paid millions for that education. So to me, the only message I'm trying to get at is find these industries that are undergoing massive change and throw yourself deep, deep into it. I would have never lost my job, ever. I had a job forever, man. Now, I got bored with it after 17, 20 years. And that industry today, this is now 85, this is 40 years? 40 years, right? That industry is still evolving. Like grossly underestimated how much change that freaking industry would undergo. And still today, a buddy of mine, the guy I work with, Steve, they just bought a business for $25 million. He's the chairman of the board of Williams. Business has been sitting there for years with a company, never make any money. They picked up this little marketing company for $25 million, make $250 million the first year.
Wow.
Just different management, dude. Different guy looking at it.